Welcome to the closing broadcast of the Beyond Coffee 2 social project, the culmination of the second phase of a major project of Heifer International and the Walmart Foundation to strengthen the organizations of small-scale coffee producers in Mexico, Honduras, and Nicaragua. This project focused on improving the productivity and quality of coffee produced by small coffee growing families, as well as creating new opportunities to improve their livelihoods by diversifying their income through activities such as beekeeping and poultry for cage-free egg production, using production systems under a market-based approach. This afternoon, from Tuxtla Gutiérrez, Chiapas, we will share the achievements and results obtained in the voice of Heifers Mexico, of the regional project in Mexico, Honduras, and Nicaragua, as well as the representatives of the organizations, farmer organizations, and the coffee grower farmers, who will share how Heifer has changed their lives. The Beyond Coffee Project 2 created a methodology that linked smallholder farmers with local markets, such as coffee shops, hotels, and restaurants, eliminating intermediaries and creating sustainable relationships between suppliers, who are the coffee-producing families, and buyers in local, national, and international markets. To begin to learn about the results of this project, let's hear Gustavo Maldonado Venegas, Executive Director of Heifer Mexico, who will share the impact and Heifer's vision. Heifer International Mexico is an agency of development that works with small-scale farmers. We work with different value chains, and in the case of Beyond Coffee, we work directly with coffee value chain. This value is primary for our country. More than 500,000 farmers, female and male farmers, work on coffee production. From 65% of what a coffee cup costs, 1 peso goes to the farmers. So this is a reality that Heifer Mexico wants to change. It wants to change the income of farmers, and this is the main approach of this project, and we have had wonderful achievements. It's very important for us that throughout the process, the community is involved, the cooperatives we would work with are involved, and also to involve women. Women's engagement is an indicator of the strengthening, and that is the main approach of this project. And it's important for us that in each process, all the community is involved. Women's participation is what makes this project Women's production makes this project stronger. The project focused on improving production quality and also in facilitating commercial linkages that, for example, would not only improve the linkages of the farmers nationally, but also they can export their products to other countries. And that is a great achievement of Beyond Coffee too. In addition, one of the most important things in the value chain is the access to financing. And access to financing, we could achieve this through simple methodologies like savings banks, but also more sophisticated methodologies and mechanisms for financing that are more sophisticated, like for farmers to have access, like internet. And what we do with this technological innovation that we make with with partners like Ethic Hub has made cooperatives to have access to credit with a much accessible interest rate. And in the future, this can escalate to thousands of farmers in the countries, making one of the challenges in the value chain be overcome, which is the access to financing. Part of the project also has to do with increasing social capital. Social capital means strengthening the bonds, the community bonds, to strengthening women's participation and strengthen also farmer cooperatives and organizations. And both in Beyond Coffee and other projects that Heifer International has is fundamental in the work that we do. I want to thank all the work that the team has made for this project to be a success, and also I want to thank all the team for their effort for every day making this project a success, and also the female and male farmers that with dedication, with their time, and with their effort can make coffee get to our table. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to all the people that are following this broadcast through digital platforms and the media who are with us and witnessing the achievements of the implementation of this project. And in order to know more about this initiative, I want to welcome the regional manager of Beyond Coffee 2, Jesus Rocha Romero, for Mexico, Honduras, and Nicaragua. Thank you very much. How are you? Thank you. I'm fine, thank you. Can you tell us more about Beyond Coffee too? Of course. Well, Beyond Coffee started since 2018. It's a project that is implemented by Heifer International, but is funded by the Walmart Foundation. We are working with 600 fuck it 6,111 families in three countries, Mexico, Honduras, and Nicaragua. Mainly, the biggest objective that we have is increasing resiliency of the families and increasing their income with the objective that for this year, 2030, families could be on the way to a dignified income. And how can you do this to achieve a decent life for families? Well, we have focused on improving quality of coffee production, increasing as well productivity, and also we have strengthened cooperatives in administrative and management issues, and also in the development of commercial relationships between cooperatives and smallholder farmers, with importers or exporters, and with end consumers. How do you do this accompaniment provided by Heifer? What is the process that you follow with the families? Well, we work with families every day. We have a team of technicians who are focused on supporting families in diversification issues. Another thing that we have done is productive diversification, because currently, after these 2 years that we have been working with these families, this represents the 6% of their annual income come from diversification. This allows us to support them and generate more income and welfare when the coffee is not harvested. Let's remember that we can have income for during 2 months, but there are 10 other months where you don't have an income from coffee. So we need to maintain, we need to prune, and we can do some other activities that have a cost. And what we want to do with this diversification is to create an income and have the tools for them to have the tools to continue having an income without forgetting about sustainability, right? Yes, about this topic, we firmly believe in sustainability. That's why we are promoting and we have supported certification of cooperatives like organic coffee or fair prices that guarantee a price for the families, so that families don't have to be with the expectation of the market, if the market is doing well or doing badly. So farmers can have this certainty in producing instead of guessing what's going to happen or getting worried about getting a good harvest in order to reach a good price. The producers are families, same as cooperatives, cannot be speculating, shouldn't be speculators in this issue. They are producers and they do this really well. And that way they can enter the formal markets. Yes, I agree. That's a key point where we have strengthened a lot in order to eliminate the informal market. While it's something that exists and it's something very rooted to commercial tradition in the field, the truth is that we have tried to get them closer to formality or formal markets, creating structures that allow them to have access to formal markets that can ensure them to have an agreement that they will be respected. And also we highlight that this must be a bilateral relationship where they can have the commitment from the buyers, but also the commitment from the buyers, from the producers or the cooperatives, to ensure that they are giving a good product, good quality, and they can get good prices or even a prime for the good quality. And yes, we will be able to listen to them, to their stories, who have benefited from this program. Yes, that's true. And something else that I wanted to add is that we have been working on other issues that are very relevant, such as the inclusion and participation of women and youth in the coffee value chain. It's well known that coffee, or this value chain, has been managed by men mostly, but since we started working, we have had a minimum or null participation of women that make decisions inside their cooperatives or communities or groups. And currently, we have 47% of participation, women's participation, inside the decision making in strategic places, either as managers, as presidents of the organizations, as representatives, as part of the steering committee. And we are very proud of this, to have been able to contribute to this. And we know that right now there are many things that can be done, but this project has provided great results and has planted this seed to get closer to the families and start creating this awareness, this conscience inside the organizations, inside the families, while empowering women, empowering our female farmers, and generating income for them through their work. And this has given us this value to continue giving them the tools for them to continue growing and to develop, for example, their own coffee brands. We have developed 20 brands of diverse products like coffee, honey, and egg. And in this case, for example, talking about Mexico, we have three brands for coffee, of coffee produced by women, where they can get a better price for their productivity after selling their coffee. And these women are heads of household, single mothers, women that at some point their husband left to the US, and then they didn't know anything about them anymore, and they have their family, and they need to move ahead with their family. So this type of initiatives, giving them an added value to their product, is one way in which we can help them get ahead. Totally agreed. And we have some women that are here with us and that can tell us more about their experiences. Thank you very much, Jesus Rocha Romero, Regional Manager of Beyond Heifer, Regional Manager of Beyond Coffee 2 in Mexico, Honduras, and Nicaragua. Thank you. And well, we would like to tell you thank you for sharing these important results from the teamwork with the efforts of Heifer International and the Walmart Foundation, as well as the work of many collaborators, men and women, that are successful stories like the one we will watch. We don't sell a cup of coffee. We sell quality, the story behind the coffee. Doña Lucy Pérez collaborates in Sierra Azul Coffee Shop, which is an establishment in Tuxtla Gutiérrez, Chiapas, that since 2021 offers specialty coffee is characterized by offering specialty coffees generated by 284 coffee farmers, where 90% are women, from Luz Ángel Vidal, Ángel Albino Corso, La Concordia, Montecristo de Guerrero, and Siltepec. We know that the coffee we sell here is quality coffee. We have always received these comments saying that the coffee is really good. What coffee is this? Where does it come from? And we try to give the best coffee. We teach them as well. We show them as well the beans that we have here, because it's good also to teach them what coffee they are drinking. From the moment you get inside, the aroma of a good coffee is present. But in order to enjoy a coffee with the best beans, there's a whole story behind, and in that way, Heifer has been a great ally to help families to generate income of men and women producers. Café Sierra Azul was founded in 2010 with 47 farmers from Luis Angel Vidal. All the coffee is certified as organic coffee and fair trade. We export to Japan, the US, and the European Union. And farmers are disseminated in along 30 communities in the buffer area of the El Triunfo biosphere. Coffee Shop Sierra Azul shares with its customer the importance of Coffee Shop Sierra Azul shares with its customers the importance of the process to get good coffee. But something that they highlight in this work is the effort of female farmers through the Coffee Firm brand are conquering international markets. To me, it's great satisfaction as a woman to provide in a cup of coffee the work of many women since the moment they are planting the coffee, harvesting the coffee, and serving very good coffee. It's something really satisfying. The inclusion, gender inclusion, is cross-cutting inside the cooperative, and through the coffee femme, what we give is more empowerment to women and more spaces for them to have more opportunities to be able to get to know and have more participation in the coffee supply chain. Heifer, through Beyond Coffee, links farmers to the consumers so that more brands, families, and women related to the production of coffee can offer directly to the market in a sustainable way and with a fair price for their products. But that's not all. The project focuses on creating new opportunities for farmers through diversification of income with different activities. With Heifer, we started working in strengthening skills, training farmers in coffee issues, especially climate-smart coffee. And in addition to this, we also worked on diversification of income through beekeeping and poultry, backyard poultry. We got training in backyard poultry with baristas. We have also had the chance to work with chefs to improve quality towards our customers. Sierra Azul Coffee Shop is the result of a joint work makes visible the hard work of farmers. This establishment is considered as good as some other coffees that are very good quality coffee because it has all the services for the consumer to feel comfortable and drink quality coffee. The vision of the people who are part of this establishment is not limited because every day they want to have more presence in the international market. We were clear that the work together with Heifer would help us to make other types of business, like giving added value to our coffee through the coffee shop, and also with the redesign of our brands. We are also increasing our sales. Before, we used to sell around 200 kilos of roasted and ground coffee. And currently, we are selling around 6 to 10 tons a year. And we think that our target is that for our next 3 years, we can sell through the coffee shop, and also with the support of Heifer, we can sell around one container that is around 18 tons. Specialty coffees diversify income, and that is why with the technical assistance provided by Heifer, female and male producers can improve their management and post-harvesting to obtain better cupping score. In the case of farmers that belong to Sierra Azul, they obtain scores around 80 and 88 according to the SCA standards, the global association that works for the cultivation, production, and sale of coffee, according to values like respect to the environment, fair trade, respect to traditions and the characteristics of the product, treatments, and preparation of coffee. We try to provide the best quality, both in the service and in the good coffee in the mornings, and that's what we sell the most. I just love my job. I'm fascinated by it. They are leaders of organizations of coffee organizations that have been partners of the Beyond Coffee 2 project. They are here with us to share part of their experiences, and I want to thank Isabel Carolina Camacho, manager of ANEPAN, to be here this afternoon. Hi. Hello, everyone. We are also joined Gilmer Roblero Cancino, General Manager of Cooperative Gourmet Coffee Sierra Azul SSC. We also have here Librador Ramirez Diaz, President of the Profachem Board of Directors. Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. And of course, I would like to welcome Rosario Molina Corso, representative of the Farmer Association of Región Frailesca Oro Verde. Thank you for being here. Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you. And well, let's get started. Let's start with Isabel Camacho. I would like to ask you how your experience has been with Heifer. Okay, well, I think that the experience has been really good and pleasurable. We feel very fortunate to be part of the project because I think it's been a full project where we have felt sheltered, welcomed, and they have fostered our development. Something that has affected organizations was the pandemic. Tell us how you could overcome this. It was a complicated season because in the communities, they also were locked down. You couldn't get inside. There were some communities where none of the farmers could go out or no one could get inside. So just before this happened, we received some support in food security and diversification that had to do with poultry. So what came at stake was the bartering in the communities. They bartered with the eggs and the chicks, etc. So when the communities weren't under lockdown and Heifer came to visit, all the people talked about how important the support had been. In addition to this, when the access was open, Heifer also supported with some kits and some baskets, food baskets, and medicine. So it was something really important for the families. And no doubt that, well, also we have here Selka coffee, that of course is exported to France. Tell us about this. Well, this helped us open a new way of markets to us. We didn't have the experience of doing direct exports, and Heifer supported us hand in hand with all the steps because it was a new process to us. And they also found one customer that was empathetic in knowing that it was our first time doing this and to accompany us along the process. So this year was the second time that we do exports with them. The volume increased, and I think that we are doing well. And finally, also, if you can share us about the Ethic Hub financing. Okay, Ethic Hub was something like revolutionary, I would say, because it's like a type of credit, a different credit. It happens through a platform where you can even use cryptocurrencies. And even to me, it was something new to understand the process. But once you understand it, I think it's very friendly for the rates and everything. I think it's a type of credit that does foster the development of the organizations. Thank you very much for sharing. Also today, Librador Ramirez can share with us some of the things that we will have on the table, starting with how the training process has benefited the participants of the organization or the members of the organization with Heifer International. Well, we feel very happy. First of all, I'd like to thank I am the president of an organization that produces coffee in Motocintla, that is Procafé. And frankly, I feel very happy and grateful for the invitation to this event that Heifer has organized. I would like to thank the Heifer team that has worked with honesty, with a lot of effort, and I also want to thank their successes because of all the team that they have assembled to work with us. We are so happy with all the support that they have provided. An organization where, as my partner says, it can be hard for an organization like mine to move on. And with an organization with 425 farmers, it's not easy. It's hard. But with the support that they have been able to give us, our members are very happy. They are encouraged to move on. But everything's about thanking Heifer for the support with giving us poultry. They have equipped us for us to produce eggs and give them to others, so that, because it's not a project that gets to each of the 400 members. That's hard. So 50 of our members are beneficiaries, but we have 350 left. So what can we do? We can reproduce this and give to the ones that don't have a gift. And that is this program. That's why they call it Passing on the Gift, right? So this is what has benefited us, because many people say, how can I get to the organization? They are amazed because they see what we are working on. But if we didn't have those types of support, what could we do? You see that coffee is a lot of work and it's very delicate, but with the support, we have grown, and my members are very happy and grateful. And when I received this invitation, just a few of us came. Everybody wanted to come, but we cannot come. We cannot all come. So thank you. Thank you, Mr. Rocha. Thank you, Mr. Gerardo, because they are the ones who have been very close to us. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to understand or get to know what's going on, but through them, we have learned, and we are getting ahead. And we want this to move on, to continue. I hope this is not the end. We want them not to neglect us, not to neglect Procafem from Motocintla. We are very far. We are the ones that are in the Sierra of Chiapas, but we are very grateful with all of this. I think that later on, there's one farmer of the association that can give you more highlights of the project. Thank you. Thank you. And finally, I would like to go back to one topic. You have implemented solar dryers. Can you tell us more about this? Yes, about solar dryers that you have used in your processes. Yes, about the solar dryers that they also provided. Well, I can tell you that this has been very fruitful, because not all of us can get to build a yard, but with these solar beds, we have covered really well this, because you can even stay there next to your coffee when it's getting dried. So these solar dryers are very, very beneficial, and people are very excited, and they say, where did they come from? Who gave it to you? How much are they? But we tell them that it's part of Heifer's project. So this is one of the things that has benefited our organization. Thank you. Let's move on with Douglas Molina, because income diversification is a quality in the implementation of Heifer projects. How the members of the organizations make income in addition to coffee? Thank you. Well, we are very grateful to Heifer, because they have taken us into account in their projects. We have had a lot of benefits with poultry, with the dryers. They have been really helpful to our organization. And in terms of the solar dryers, they have helped us in drying coffee. And even women, we can participate in this, because it's not a direct sun. We can go inside the tents, and this helps us a lot. It's same with as with the rain. The coffee can stay there and nothing happens. The coffee can continue drying well, and well, with the poultry that were given to us, we benefited our farmers and we did the passing on the gift. It's not for everyone, but still it was really beneficial. And how do you see the before and after Heifer International in the intervention that they had with you? Well, before we had the value chain, we were looking for customers and knocking on doors, but when Heifer came, this was, well, we want to thank them a lot, especially when they came to us. They knocked on our doors and we received that support. We felt very happy and grateful because they considered us for their projects. We have seen all the results, and this has benefited our organization a lot. Thank you very much for sharing. And also, Gilmer Roblero, what changes have you seen in the participation of farmers in Beyond Coffee 2? Well, I would like to start by thanking Heifer, the Walmart Foundation, and all the collaborators of Heifer, because honestly speaking, they are the ones that have given us a lot of support in the operations that we do in the cooperative. We are a small cooperative in Jaltenango, and farmers are in the buffer area of the El Triunfo Reserve. And the work that they have done with us and with our cooperative has helped us to ensure quality and do our work professionally in terms of the operations that we do in the different areas that we have inside the cooperative. Also very important is women's participation. Please tell us a little bit more about this process that you are doing. Well, Café Gourmet Sierra Azul, since its beginning, we have traced important axes like gender, youth, and the production under sustainability standards. We have done a lot of progress because Heifer has even helped us to sell coffee now in the bags that we have here, which is coffee, female coffee, just produced by women only. And Heifer has supported us in quality control to ensure exports that we do to Japan and the United States. And actually, women have seen more empowerment with the support that Heifer has provided. They are now more trained and they have better participation not only in the field but also in decision making inside the cooperative. Even, for example, we have our partner Yumara, who is part of the board, and we have even created a figure just for women for them to administer and manage their own funds and make the decisions in terms of the primes that we have got with the coffee exports. And even with the coffee that we sell at the coffee shop, we can differentiate the prices for coffee, female coffee, so that they get more participation. Women get more participation not only in the discourse or in the speech, but in the reality. And this is thanks to Heifer. And we will talk to Yomara and listen to her and everything she will share with us. And something important is the evolution that the brand has got, the image that you have got, if you can tell us more about this. And well, what we can see right now is a packaging that is really modern and very in accordance with what the brand is. Yes, in fact, women who have a delegate in each community, we are a small cooperative of 285 farmers, and 90% are women, but one delegate has been assigned to each community, and in 2018 they made the decision to work in an organized way inside the Café Sierra Azul organization. And at the beginning, it was 89 women who worked on this. And the logo of the female coffee is the symbol of a number, 89, that you can see in the wings of the symbol that we have. And we used to sell it as roasted coffee, but just with a label on the bags. Heifer supported us, and we have had a change, a huge change with this product that we can see here, which is Coffee Femme, where we continue to have the butterfly and the wings, but now with a design that includes fretwork that represents Chiapas. It includes a heart, also the bonding of non-violence against women. This has been really important for the movement that we have inside the cooperative, and this is a great effort that we do with farmers, and we are very grateful because this is a very professional design, a very elegant design, and this also allows us to guarantee the success of coffee. The coffee women produce not only in the field, but also the quality that we have in the final packaging and that you can taste in each cup of coffee that we produce. You told us about trainings. Can you tell us more about the quality of the trainings you have received? Yes, Heifer has supported us in different types of trainings, from quality control to ensure exports so that we don't have any trouble or rejections in the quality of green coffee. But they have also supported us in things like roasting, and we are even working with women in trainings for savings banks for women to have their own financial instruments. And that's the main idea, and that's how Heifer has supported us in different topics like beekeeping and backyard poultry. And we are really happy because there are many things that they have given us and how they have supported us, and there are some other things that I don't have right now in my mind, but they have accompanied us in all the activities that we do in the coffee value chain. I thank you very much for sharing, and Don Librado, Hilmer, Douglas, Isabel, thank you for sharing these experiences with us from Beyond Coffee too. And also, it's important to get to know from up close the impact that Beyond Coffee too has had in organizations of farmers to improve their quality of life and in a sustainable way. So let's see the experience of 3 coffee growers from El Oxochitlan, Puebla, where the coordinator work with Heifer has given a lot of results. Edgar Trujillo, Venustiano Trinidad, y Arturo Trujillo are 3 coffee growers of El Oxochitlan, Puebla. They are part of an association that integrates 29 coffee growers that through Beyond Coffee from Heifer International have found egg incubation as supplement to provide for their families. With Heifer, we have changed our mindset in the work that we do. Right now, our income has increased. They gave us birds, they come together with a chicken coop, and they also gave us medicine for the poultry and how we should manage them. Right now we are producing egg, and that is what we use for self-consumption, and what we sell from coffee goes directly to our income. And for consumption, the egg is what we use for our consumption. Heifer has provided close accompaniment to these families in terms of animal nutrition for their breeding and managing egg incubation, sorting and storage of fertile eggs, management of incubators, preventive vaccines for diseases, and dosages of supplements. They also gave us training of how to take care of the chickens, and they have also helped us to increase our flocks and produce chicks, breed chicks through incubation. Those trainings are very valuable because without them we wouldn't have everything we have today. Heifer has provided follow-up to these success stories to continue installing more incubators according to the needs and conditions of the municipalities where they have an intervention. The results are not only economic, but also in improving the nutrition of children, youth, and adults. We have our own groups, and we bought an incubator. And from the chicks that lay their eggs, those are the ones that we incubate, and we can get more chicks. So that's how we can generate more and more.
Junto con
And each farmer has around
Heifer
80
trabaja
to
con familias
100
productoras y
hens.
sus comunidades para
Together
que
with
puedan
strategic
mejorar la
partnerships,
cantidad y
Heifer
calidad de
works
los bienes que
farmer
producen
families,
bajo un sistema
their
sostenible e
communities,
inclusivo que se
to
vincula al
improve
mercado
the
para
quality
mejorar sus
and
ingresos
quantity
y
of
su
the goods that they
bienestar.
produce under a sustainable and inclusive way, linking them to the market to improve their income and their welfare. And well, we can also listen to the others who have been benefited. This is really important. And get to know more about how you have worked with Heifer, because being able to increase income to the organizations helps to improve the income of the farmers as well. And here we have Jose Lopez Santis, Yumara Salas, and Edmundo Verdugo. Thank you very much for sharing the way of how you can take advantage of the project as well. Nice to meet you, Yumara. Nice to meet you too. Thank you. Please tell us about how Heifer has impacted your life. Well, it has been a lot of impact in my life. I will tell you about my personal experience. Heifer has changed my life a lot because they have supported us with many trainings, and this has contributed to me and the rest of female members that belong to the cooperative, Café Gourmet Sierra Azul. We can see a change in the participation, in our participation, because they have also supported us with trainings in quality control. And this has allowed us a lot because now we can offer better quality in our coffee for our customers. And they have also supported us with, especially myself, they gave me some beehives. You see that coffee is our stronghold because that's what all families do, but they also supported us with beehives. It has been really helpful because we have another source of income and we can sell honey, and we can also use it for self-consumption. And also in terms of poultry, food security, they helped us with an incubator directly in the cooperative, and this has helped us to generate more income selling eggs, chickens, and also for self-consumption. How many generations or for how many years have you done this in your family? For coffee, it's the whole life. You know, my grandparents, my parents, all my family do this. And how have you seen this in terms of the time, in the way your parents used to do it or your grandparents used to do it, and the way you do it now? Well, it's a great evolution there because before I just knew the process in the field from the germination of the seed until the harvest. Participating in the cooperative has helped me a lot, especially with what Heifer has contributed. And can you tell me, repeat the question? Yes. So if you can tell me about your family history and how this evolution has been. Yes, this has been a whole transformation. Now I know the whole process from how do we say this? The process? Yes, the process of coffee from the dry milling. And from your very personal perspective, how has this been? How has this been for you, for your family, for the people that are close to you? You live from this. What can you tell me about it? Well, as I was telling you, this is a change, a huge change. And many families have seen the change in us as well, because in what is related to quality, we have implemented all the trainings that they have given us. Thank you very much for sharing. And especially, do you have a message to other women who are also leaders, who are also producing? They are doing things now that they told us we couldn't do before, and how this has changed your life. Well, let's move on. Let's get ahead. We can do things, and we have all the capacity to take on
poder
any
asumir
role
cualquier
that they
cargo
can give us.
que nos puedan
And
dar.
someone is telling you this, a woman who is leading a project. Thank you very much, Yomara. And now we have Jose Julian Lopez. If you can tell us a little bit about your experience. How are you today, by the way? I'm fine, thank you. Good morning. I want to thank you for the invitation. I want to thank the Beyond Coffee Project because it benefited us with the solar dryer, with poultry, and after the pandemic, we got some food baskets. And thanks to the program, we have improved our coffee. Before, we didn't know how to care for the coffee or get to know more about the quality of our coffee. But right now, well, it's been a year since Heifer helped us to get to know more about the quality. We did some tasting, and thanks to Heifer, we got to know the quality. Thanks to all of this, thanks to the program. Sometimes we take a cup of coffee, but we don't know all the story of how it was produced, where it was cultivated. If you can tell us more about this. Well, yes, that's exactly it. My parents, they harvested coffee, but they didn't know, they didn't have trainings of how to take care of it or improve its quality. And thanks to the solar dryer, we have improved. It's a lot of benefits to us, to the group, and we thank them a lot. We thank them a lot for the solar dryers. And above all, knowing that your coffee is going directly to the customer. How has this changed you and your family in all this process that you do, and that is hard work every day? Yes, in order to get good quality, we do a lot of work. Yes. Do you have a good coffee? Well, I have my coffee here, so I have a cupping score of 85. And that's great. So when we are drinking a cup of coffee, of your coffee, we can no doubt see the difference, right? Yes, certainly. How this growth has been for you to say that today I'm growing different coffee and I am growing together with my family? Yes, thank God I am producing different coffee with the roasting. Before I used to sell just in parchment coffee, and right now I am able to sell it ground. Thank you very much for everything you have shared, and thanks to the program. Thank you. And also, Edmundo Verdugo, if you can tell us about how all this that you have learned has been useful for your organization. Yes, good morning. Thank you. Hi, I want to thank Heifer for the trainings that they have provided. And with regards to diversification, they have also supported us a lot. When we talk about coffee, sometimes prices are not that good, so with diversification and the support of beehives, this has helped us a lot. And always the farmer needs to offer something, and there must be something else, a different income that we can get. And also they have supported us with poultry and everything they have supported us with. I think that last year they gave us some cacao plants, and probably in the future we may be able to sell, even if it's just a little, we can sell a little bit of the cacao that Heifer has supported us with. And my thankfulness to all the team. All your family is also devoted to doing this, right? Yes, I am the third generation from the seedling to the production. And how do you feel of being that generation that is also doing things differently, that are receiving another type of trainings, that is giving more formality to your business? Yes, I feel better with this because our parents didn't know anything about training in coffee. They didn't even know what was the coffee with the best variety and so on. So with Heifer support, we know about this, and even we know about our tasting, and they have supported us with this too. So we know that our coffee gets a cupping score of 83. So thanks to Heifer who helped us with these certifications, we also got some tastings, and many farmers know the quality of coffee that they get. Can you give a message for the people who are watching us of the importance of doing what we are passionate about? It's something that we can see in you. It's something that your family seems to like as well. Sometimes we set ourselves limitations. So can you give us a message about, yes, we can do it? Yes, I think that we say this to our people who grow coffee, to do their best. Today, our people don't want to do coffee. They want to migrate to another country, for example. And I think that in coffee, we have many things to do. And that's where we also have a source of income. And we need to continue doing this, moving on. And not only this, but leaving this as a legacy to our children, because it's the patrimony we have as a family. Thank you to each of you for sharing not only part of what you do as a business, but also your family history. Thank you very much. And around Mexico, also Nicaragua and Honduras, we have stories to tell, but we will see a continuation, going back to Oaxaca, of another person who has been benefited with this program. This is the coffee these women grow. It's coffee from Oaxaca, and we want as many people as possible to try it. We want to offer our customers a cup of coffee that honors all the work these women do to produce it behind the cup of coffee that we serve here at the cafe. Marisol has consolidated a cafe for 6 years in Villa de Etla, Oaxaca, which stands out for offering its customers coffee of the highest quality, produced by smallholder female farmers of the Mixteca and coast regions of Oaxaca, making visible the work behind a cup of coffee and contributing to achieve a fair family income. Before, it was so hard to reach and meet the producers. It was, kind of a headache because we had to source the coffee from an intermediary. So first, we didn't know where the coffee came from, and the price we used to pay was really high, and we didn't know how much from that price was given to the farmer. Heifer's work in Oaxaca through the Beyond Coffee 2 project allowed Marisol to meet Basilica Ortiz and Lucila Rios, from whom she buys coffee and with whom she has a relationship beyond commercial purposes. I have built a palpable and genuine relationship because I've had the opportunity to visit Miss Basilica at her home. I've been able to talk to her, and we've sat down to drink coffee. Once, thanks to an event held by Heifer, the three of us could spend more time together. So it's something that does exist. It's not only about me knowing they are producing coffee, but having the chance to talk to them, laugh with them, and drink coffee together, which is the best part. This establishment has earned reputation not only for its outstanding service, but also for sharing with pride the origin of its coffee, as well as its process and history, where the participation of women is of vital importance. My friends and I come here for the good coffee quality. It's delicious, and I think it's a great idea to source Oaxacan coffee from different regions. Yeah, it's a really good choice. Success stories like this one are the result of the accompaniment provided by Heifer along the coffee value chain processes, from coffee production to linking producers to local and national buyers, boosting high-quality coffee production from its cultivation to its consumption.
Amigos como yo, pues nos gusta visitar aquí por la buena calidad del café. Está muy rico, me parece muy buena opción que manejen café de Oaxaca, de varias regiones. Sí, muy buena opción, la verdad.
Casos de éxito como este se derivan del acompañamiento de Heifer en los procesos de la cadena de valor, desde la producción hasta el vínculo con el comprador local o nacional, impulsando la generación de café de calidad desde su cultivo hasta que sea consumido.
But also, Heifer International has partners everywhere, here in Mexico, Nicaragua, and Honduras, that allow them to make all of this possible, that allow this direct intervention with families of these different areas. And as an example, I have here Salvador Córdoba Besares, Technical Coordinator of Olam Food Ingredients, a partner of Heifer Internationals. Hi, how are you? Hi, good morning, thank you. Well, to us, it's very important to develop alliances with institutions that are in the same area of work that we do, with the types of interventions that we do. And well, a little bit about the history of how we started collaborating together with Heifer is that, well, we work in many areas where we are directly working with farmers, with organizations with whom we have a direct relation. However, we cannot cover many aspects. There are many things that have to do with the landscape, with the farmers, with the environment where they are involved. And sometimes, as an enterprise, we focus on cultivation or the crop, but we cannot see some more things about the family or the environment. And well, it's something that has to come as one thing, and we need to unite efforts. So when we found this collaboration with Heifer, we saw that we could integrate processes, differentiated processes that can give value to the farmer. For example, not only in coffee, but also poultry, egg production, which has to do with the nutritional state of farmers, and that has to do with the social aspect and women's participation in production and in the household. And for example, we are a little bit more inclined to coffee, and we are interested in quality, in productivity. And when we found this effort with Heifer and with the technology that they provided to farmers, we could see that with something so simple as carrying the drying process, there were some farmers that had, for example, cupping scores of 80 or 81, and now with these processes for drying coffee that are slower and that have considered more care to improve their cupping score, in addition to previous work that has to do with the productive aspects. This works as a supplement, and we can reach cupping scores of around, according to the results that we were given, about 84 or 85. So it's scores that are really good, and that farmers, in addition to giving farmers a value added regarding prices, this also contributes to this plus, this additional thing that helps them and encourage them to continue producing, to continue using these practices, and they own these processes more and more. And a very good experience of all this is that not only farmers who are participating are the ones that get involved, also the youth, young people are very important, that we must also encourage using practices that happen inside the household. For example, in drying, these young people start to understand these processes and start loving them as well, start loving the production for better quality coffee. So that is what we have shared thanks to these partnerships that we have made with Heifer. Yes, and of course, quality is improved, as you have said, the quality of the farmers, not only the products, and of course, the quality of life in the communities. Yes, as I was telling you, with this alliance with Heifer, we not only see coffee, that is like the core of the economy for the farmer, but also diversification with poultry. That's another piece that helps farmers. And also the strategies for financing that they have also fostered with other organizations also give another value to the farmer, because they know they are supported, and that way they can afford other types of situations, for them to have a better quality and get better accompaniment and follow up with their products so that they can have that culture of using their financing more efficiently. Salvador Córdoba Besares, Technical Coordinator of Olam Food Ingredients. Thank you for sharing. Do you have a final message for female and male farmers and, of course, for all of those different institutions that foster and help encourage this type of initiatives? Yes, well, especially look for an opportunity for collaboration. We are many people in this world, many people who are in this environment doing what we do, and those collaborations and partnerships and uniting efforts, we can reach a common good, that is the prosperity and the thriving of the farmers, especially in this case, coffee farmers. So if we all unite our efforts, I think that we can reach better things for everyone to be benefited. So it's teamwork and it's something very important. Thank you very much.
Me levanto a las 6, ya pongo mi lumbre, pongo mi café y meto mi samar al molino y hago la masa y ahí a empezar a hacer tortillas. Ya me desocupo del comal, ya me pongo a regar mi huerto. Ya que termino de hacer todo eso, pues ya a lavar los trastes y así ya vámonos a dar una vuelta a las plantas a ver cómo anda el café ya madurando, a ver cómo está. Yo me llamo Liboria Pacheco Cortés. Soy de la ranchería San José el Corozal, perteneciente a San Juan Achao. Mi finca pues se llama Palmasola.
La verdad el proceso de café es un trabajo muy difícil, que muchas personas desconocen el proceso y es por eso que cuando nosotros queremos vender nuestro producto a un buen precio, lo ven muy caro. Porque, bueno, empezamos desde el germinado, sembramos la semilla del café. Para que germine, pues llevan alrededor de 40 días. Posteriormente ya esperamos a 6 meses que crezca y todo, ya para que lo sembremos. Después viene la cosecha.
Pues hace un esfuerzo de veces con el gran frío aquí cortando, a veces lloviendo, pero aquí estamos. A veces hasta aquí traemos una gallina a cocer aquí en el cafetal.
Se pone muy alegre cuando es temporada de cosecha porque vienen muchos trabajadores. Lo que más me gusta es ir a cortar café. Nosotros somos productores de café orgánico. Este es un cultivo que no requiere de sustancias químicas, ¿no? Y al mismo tiempo pues ayudamos a no contaminar el medio ambiente.
Lo hacemos de una manera limpia, por eso este café de aquí dicen que es un café de calidad, porque ven el aseo del café muy bien cuidado, no salgan con ningún producto que perjudique.
Para que no se vaya esa agua de miel al arroyo, para que no contamine el río, así el agua del río. Y por eso es que hacemos el pozo de filtración, para que ahí nomás se filtra miel. Y así ya la cascarilla pues la metemos a un pozo para que ahí se vaya fermentando la cascarilla y ya se vuelve compuesta, ¿ves? A darle así con la manual, pues es mucho trabajo, ¿ves? Y así nos entra la noche con una cantidad de café ahí para despulpar.
Ya que lo recolectamos, lo despulpamos, lo guardamos en un tanque de concreto, ya sea de madera. Dejamos como 12 o 36 horas dependiendo del clima para que no se sobrefermente. Posteriormente ya lo empezamos a secar. Igual todo va a depender si el clima pues favorece, nos lleva de 4 a 5 días para el secado. Y ya para que al final alguien pues deguste de una taza de café. Al hacer este tipo de prácticas, el café orgánico se convierte en un producto ecológico y sustentable para muchas familias. Es nuestro fuerte, pues, el café.
These are the faces of Beyond Coffee too, and it's been a pleasure to share with each of you. And to close this activity, we will ask Beyond Coffee 2 Regional Manager for Mexico, Honduras, and Guatemala, Jesus Rocha, to give us a final message. Thank you. Well, all the good things also have to end, and our project is about to finish on July the 30th in 2023, and I want to thank all the people who have made this possible. I want to thank the Walmart Foundation for believing in Heifer, to be able to make this possible, to make this a reality and take these resources to the families and improve their lives. I also want to thank the Heifer team of the 3 countries in Mexico, Honduras, and Nicaragua for all the support and all the work that they have provided to make these results a reality. Also, I want to thank our partners like OFI, like Neumann, like Eco Group. We want to thank you for having trusted in us, for having opened your doors so we can reach more things. And I also want to thank especially all the families, the cooperatives, the representatives of the cooperatives, you that represent the farmers, for letting us get inside your home, for opening the doors of your house, for supporting us all the time. We always felt supported, that real interest of you as men and women, because your families, your communities wanted to move on. I specifically remember the case of the people from Motocintla. They supported us to mobilize materials. They supported us in taking things to other cooperatives without any further interest. And being able to bolster values like Heifer's cornerstones and seeing cooperatives sharing one with each other is something that I'm very proud of. And seeing these results after 4 years of working together, of a long way of going through a pandemic, which is not whatever, but it changed the lives of all the people in the world. They were very resilient, and they were capable of having a different attitude, and without just being like passive, but changing, but taking action and continue working. And I also want to thank each of the members of the team, of the Beyond Coffee 2 team, who are here. Many of you, you don't know them, because they are very centered on working with the technician in each of the areas. But in addition to the technicians, we have an administrative team, a wonderful team that you haven't seen them, but they are behind every visit, every check, every hand, everything that you have received. All of this happens through all the management and all the work that these people have done. And I also want to thank our taster in Mexico, Yolanda, in Honduras, Felix, our coordinators, Alejandro, Cecilia. Really, thank you. I really want to take this moment for you to see the faces of our team, who has been practically along these 4 years from phase 1, and some people that incorporated into phase 2, and some other people are not at the team anymore. But really, thank you all for your contributions, because you gave a lot of effort, a lot of work, a lot of dedication to this, and especially love to your communities and coffee, and that was what made this possible. Let me introduce you our coordinator of evaluation and monitoring, Uriel Torres Balsano, who was also working with the team in Puebla. Yolanda Lopez, our coffee taster and cup grader, please. She did over 2,500 samples, reviewing them. She checked all the qualities. She did her best to receive the samples. And also Jerónimo Pérez, technician in Upper Chiapas. Jael Roque, our administrator, project administrator. I think that many of you know them and have talked to her. Roberta Cruz, our regional administrator of the project. And a very old friend, Gerardo, who is here with us. Giovanni Estrada, our technician in Villacorso. Berenice, our technician in Motocintla. Ronnie Barrios, also our technician for the organization of Café Sierra Azul. And here, Francisco, we have our regional coordinator in monitoring and evaluation. And finally, last but not least, our project coordinator for Mexico, who was also part of the team, Alejandro Jarquín Garcia. Really, I don't have the words. I can't find the words to thank you all for having believed in us, for having fostered us, encouraged us, and for having always looked for ways to make things happen. And we did make things happen. I am very happy to see the legacy and everything that we have done in a short time, and I will be even happier that every time I go through the different areas, see the families and see the work that we have done. Let's remember that the project finishes, but Heifer won't finish working and won't give up the work with the communities, with the commitment and with the vision, because what we want to do is end poverty and hunger in the world. So we will continue working with you, and hopefully we can see each other along the way. Thank you so much. Jesus Rocha Romero, Regional Manager for Beyond Coffee 2 in Mexico, Honduras, and Nicaragua. Thank you very much for your final message. The impact of the Beyond Coffee 2 project has been very clear and evident through improved production practices, helping farmers produce high-quality coffee, connecting smallholder farmers to more reliable income channels, empowering women's leadership, and diversifying income, and improving the quality of life for hundreds of families. Thank you for joining us in this broadcast and witnessing the impact of this project, promoted by Heifer International Mexico and the Walmart Foundation. Have a wonderful day.